fucking ball saxophone. Jesus motherfucking Christ, balls, tits, ass. Ah. Okay. Yes. This is why I will never be a professor. Okay. So, this is a zither. I have a zither. This is a really shitty zither. As you can see, it's missing a string. There's supposed to be a B flat, low B flat string in this space here, but there's not, because this zither company is a douche canoe. But yes. Also, what was I gonna say? Yeah, no, so this is a zither. This is my zither. It's really cheap zither, because I'm poor. So it's like really a glorified lap harp at this point, but you know, what can you do? It was between this and like another one that had all its strings but also had like weird, ugly, like faux ancient pottery Greek men painted on the underboard, so like this was the lesser of two evils. I'm willing to forego a string if I can avoid the ugly Greek men, even though the advertisement didn't say it was missing a string. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, so this is a zither. It's really easy to play. You just play it by, like, plucking the strings. It's like a guitar without scary devil frets and having to do, like, devil demon magic with your fingers. You know, wow, I'm really poorly lit. All the better for you. So yeah. So there's that, and you can play it by plucking, and you can play it by plucking, whoa, that was not the chord I wanted to make, plucking 2 at a time, and it makes sort of, you can also do 3 at a time, but that's harder to do. You have to be sort of, I've been playing it for a long time. I also play piano for like 15 years, so I can sort of do things with my fingers like Crowley can do things with his tongue. Wow, I just made a Good Omens reference. Anyway, so yeah, there's this thing, and I play this thing. The reason I play this thing is because it is very commonly used in a lot of like traditional Irish balladry, and also English balladry and colonial balladry, most importantly, because that's what I was studying for a long time. And I know a lot about sort of revolutionary balladry and like battle songs and stuff and blah blah blah. I like did tons of dissertations on them and things. Yes. So the thing about a zither is that it's usually tuned by whole steps, but this particular one is mine, and I tuned it specially, which is I tuned it chromatically, meaning that it goes up every half step, which means that it sounds like this when you play all of the notes in a row. When I used to teach music to kids, I used to call that the Alice in Wonderland sound, because it's like going up like curly stairs or like falling down the rabbit hole or something. Well, if you do it down, it sounds like falling down the rabbit hole, see? So it's the Alice in Wonderland noise. That means when it makes that sound, it's tuned chromatically, because this is a whole step. You've got like C to D, Do, Re, you know, and then but then you have a note in between, so that's chromatically. And the reason I tuned this chromatically instead of tuning it the way it's traditionally tuned is so that I can play things that aren't just, you know, that aren't just colonial ballads, because don't get me wrong, although I love, you know, every single version of Derry Down that ever was, which there are like at least 27 that I'm aware of, then I also like to play things like the Decemberists and Laura Marling and the Gothic Archies and other delightful Stephen Merritt band stuff. Yeesh. So that's why I did that, so that I can like play real people music on it sometimes too. So yes, there's a little bit about the instrument, so you get a little bit about music if you didn't know about it. Woo! Okay, so the next thing is that the song I'm going to play for you is called "Oh Say Bonnie Lass," Now, the unique thing about this song is that as far as I'm aware, first of all, there are not many versions of it. The thing about colonial ballads and Old English ballads, and even Irish ballads, like if you know anything about Barbara Allen, there are like 27 versions of that. There are so many different versions of these things, and some of them are just like a couple lyrics here and there changed. Some things are, the same story but completely different prose, and it's just it sort of really ranges, and sometimes it's about a completely different thing. It just uses the tune and it's a completely different story, whatever. But yeah, the unique thing about O Say Bonnie Lass is that there are only a couple of versions that I'm aware of. Like one or two. I think there's two, I think maybe three I found when I was really, really heavily researching it. This one is actually my favorite. It's the one that I grew up with listening to. And yes, I grew up with a lot of weird colonial music. I don't really want to get into that right now, though. And the other thing about this is that with most colonial balladry, even like revolutionary ballads and like battle songs and stuff, most of the music itself, the melodies, were English. They were stolen. They were like directly taken from old English, pre-existing ballads, and then adapted and just changed the words. Like I said, there are a lot of versions of everything. Like for instance, the Black Joke. That's one. Even Derry Down, which there was given a set of lyrics called New England's Annoyances, and that was considered the very first American folk song. So that's really the quintessential thing that created American musical culture, but it was English. So there you go. Yes. So anyway, the unique thing about this is that not only are there not that many versions of it, but the music itself is unique in so much that it does originate, as far as I'm aware, from America itself. I'm now going to stop rambling about history and play you some music. And I'll post the lyrics below. So this is a song that is sung normally by two people or by one person, but it's about two people, and it's sort of a call and response. So, in case you get lost. Also, I'm sorry, this is like really flat. Oh, say, Bonnie lass, will you lie in a barrack and marry your soldier and carry his wallet? Oh, say, will you leave both your mammy and daddy and go to the camp with your soldier laddie? Oh, yes, I will do it and think nothing of it. I'll marry my soldier and carry his wallet. Oh, yes, I will leave both my mammy and daddy and go to the camp with my soldier laddie. Oh, say, Bonnie lass, can you go a-campaigning and face all the hardships of battle and famine? When wounded and bleeding, oh, will thou draw near me and kindly support me and tenderly cheer me? Oh, say, Bonnie lass, will you go into battle where the drums are beaten and cannons loud rattle? Oh, yes, my bonny lad, I shall share all thy harms, and should thou be killed, I will die in